Hello guys, I wanted to make a quick video because today is a very good sunny day, so I'm gonna go out with my dog for a walk, but I wanted to show you my handbag. This is a vintage series 3, so we're talking a 90s bag, and it's made of linen. So you can see here the beautiful linen. It's a very nice neutral color, like a beige color. Let me show you. The stitching is perfect. The gold hardware is the vintage one, the one that is gilded with real gold, but it doesn't have many scratches, and the structure is just awesome. You can see, unfortunately, Chanel does not do this kind of deep yellow gold anymore. I don't like it in some colors, but in neutrals like this one and white, some brown colors, I think the deep color, deep yellow gold looks much better than you know, the light gold. Let me open it for you. It has this lovely beige lambskin. Actually, it has some scratches, which I don't really mind at all. This lambskin, the first time I touched it, because I didn't know the interior was leather lined, the first time I touched it when it came, I thought it was suede. It is the most buttery lambskin ever. And now I want to hand down a series 3 lambskin classic flap, because if that was the batch of lambskin leather they had, it's super. It's very, very, very nice. Like, I wish you could feel it. Like, it's really like, it feels like suede. Super, super buttery. You have here Chanel baggy, and you have to pay attention to this kind of tabs, because depending on the series, they keep changing. So sometimes it's a good way to know whether the series they're selling you the bag is a true series. So for series 3, you will see this kind of tag. I never use this pocket, to be honest. I think it's very easy to ruin the bag. Also, never ever use, they say this is a pocket, it is not. You will see that it's a very easy way to, you see here, sorry to make you dizzy, here you have like a stitch, and if you keep putting things inside thinking that this is a pocket, then that stitch is gonna pop out. So be very careful. I also never close the bag. Some people end up with wrinkles in the leather on this side because they keep trying to close it. Forget about this. I just leave it as decoration. It comes with the card, but you have to understand that many vintage bags, maybe some of them have the serial, the sticker inside, but they don't have the card. That's totally normal. And some of them even lost the sticker is gone because they're 80s 90s bags, so that's also perfectly normal. But look at the CCs, they're still puffy. An 80s bag, 90s bag, I mean, maybe this is 1990 bag, and it's still puffy, and the stitching is perfection. No scratches. I mean, you can see not so many scratches on the hardware, no tarnish. And let me show you the CCs. Beautiful, no tarnish. No tarnish here either. I mean, if they could do this at the time, why they cannot have this quality at the moment, right? It makes you think quite a lot. Let me show you the back. This bag has no stains, nothing. I mean, the person who had this bag really treated with care. I wanted to treat it like to use it often, especially for summer. But now I'm so in love with this bag. I love it so much, and it's so special to me that I have it like a like a museum piece, you know. Like I have it in at the top of my closet, and I see it every day, and it just makes me happy. It's this kind of bags that makes you happy. It's very rare. I've seen like a big jumbo, like a GST, this kind of tote in this linen material, but it was very damaged because the linen, or linen, sorry, maybe it's called linen in English, so it becomes like dark, and for sure it will bubble. But this one is pretty okay. It's a very beautiful neutral bag. I wanted to have denim handbag, but I couldn't find one that I really liked, and this one just, you know, came out of nowhere. I know the person, she has a shop in Hong Kong of vintage pieces, and she's very nice. So I contacted her on Instagram, and I was like, are you sure you want to sell this bag? And she's like, yeah, I just realized I'm not a neutral kind of girl. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm a neutral kind of girl, you know. So, and yeah, she sold it to me, and it arrived last week. And I tell you, I have it on top of my closet and without a dust bag. And yeah, I mean, amazing. It just makes me very happy. It's exactly what I wanted. So now I have a Chanel cloth bag in my collection, and it's beautiful. This is a medium size, which for me, you know, I'm a big girl, so for me it looks perfect on my frame. It's not too big. I can even carry it as a clutch. And yeah, the lovely chain, let me show you. It has the same linen or linen. I apologize for all the English native speakers, because I have no clue whether it's linen or linen. I think linen sounds better, right? Yeah, it's beautiful. I was very, very surprised at the state, the very good condition of this bag. I love that it even has the edge stitching. There's a lot of controversy about whether the edge is better, looks better than non-edge. I'm thinking that usually I realize Chanel doesn't do the edge, especially in their lambskin pieces. But all their classics, the black classics, they have the edge stitching. So some seasonal bags, they don't do it anymore. And for me, you know, I have to say it really depends on the bag and the color. Sometimes non-stitching looks more puffy because, you know, the quilt can keep the same puffiness at the edge. But other people say that the edge stitching looks more polished, more finished. And I do have to agree, in some bags it looks nicer. But we don't have this choice, right? If you like a seasonal bag and you like that color, you just have to accept however it comes. Like, you cannot say, oh, I want it with the edge stitching, right? You just have to accept it, especially these days when handbags are so difficult to get, right, in the boutique. I'm still shopping in Chanel in the boutique. I know there's a lot of controversy about the prices. For me, it's a luxury brand. Everything's gonna be, you know, not worth the value itself, but for me it has a special meaning. If I cannot afford it, instead of buying so many bags, I will buy less bags, which I believe is what Chanel wants to do. And I don't know, instead of buying 4 bags per year, maybe now I will buy 2 bags per year, you know. Yeah, but I still love the brand. I still love the bag. Unfortunately, for me, it's like a collection, you know, and I love each and every one of the pieces. Each one has a story and is different, so I do still appreciate this bag. The classic flap is my favorite Chanel bag, and Chanel is my favorite brand. So yeah, I still think I love this bag. And it's very funny because my sister keeps telling me, you keep buying the same bag in different color, but for me, you know, it's a total different bag, and I always appreciate more the classic flap. So I hope I can travel soon to Spain, because I have my big Chanel collection in Spain, so I can do a video and show you, but it seems that it may not be possible because China is still quite closed. We have a lot of restrictions for traveling, so who knows, maybe it could be this Christmas or maybe not. But yeah, as soon as I have the chance to travel, then I will show you my collection part 2, which is all the bags that I have in Spain. And yeah, I hope you like this video. It's just for you to see the quality of Chanel vintage bags. That's the reason why many Chanel handbag lovers go to vintage. It's not only for saving money, because you know, most of us shop everywhere. You know, like we will shop in the boutique if we like the handbag anyway, but it's just because you cannot find this quality handbag in the boutique anymore. I have not seen anything like this in their latest collections. So if you like something, you just have to grab it. And yeah, it is really worth it because the quality, especially the quality in the metals and the stitching and the structure of the bags. I mean, this is cloth, but the bag still has a great structure. It can stand on its own, no problem. And these days, you know, all the denim handbags that they make, they just cannot stand by themselves. They tend to have rounded edges, and in the end, with time, they become a mess because they don't have structure. So that's the things that I appreciate from this vintage bag: the structure, the stitching, and the very nice gold metal. So anyway, thank you for being here and let me share this new bag with you guys, and I will see you in my next one. Bye bye. I wanted to share this with you because vintage bags, some of them come with its booklet by Chanel, and I wanted to share with you some of the information that they tell you. And it's like, always put it away upright in the original felt case, pad it with tissue paper to keep the shape. So if you're wondering what to use to, you know, keep the shape, just put tissue paper inside. The chains are not in contact with the outside as they might mark the leather, so always try to keep the chains inside. Yeah, and wrap them inside the bag in the tissue paper. Do not overfill your handbag, as this might spoil the shape. The metal parts of your handbag are gilded with an alloy containing 24 karat gold, which is sensitive to sea air and the acidity of the skin. Yeah, so before you could even go to Chanel to re-gild the metals of your bags. Isn't that great? That was a great service. Yeah, so do not clean with products for other purposes. Light color handbags, particularly white and beige, are very vulnerable to dust and marks. White handbags are extremely sensitive to light and the leather will turn yellow. They do not say they might turn yellow, they say the leather will turn yellow. You can polish the leather gently with a natural color soft woolen cloth. Do not rub. If it gets wet, do not wipe. Absorb the water by patting gently. Yeah, minor scratches can be rubbed off with a clean, dry finger. Yeah, so I just wanted to share with you for anyone. This applies to all Chanel leather handbags. But now the metal is not gilded in 24 karat gold. And I don't even think you can bring the vintage ones to Chanel to, you know, to redo the metal. That's a good question to ask, actually, to an essay. But isn't it cool? You got your booklet. I think that's awesome. Anyway, guys, I just wanted to share with you this tips from Chanel in the 90s.